Alright, so when I first started going on this October 31st potential date for the West Coast false flag and possibly Tower Bridge Black Op as well, it's funny that the coincidental timing of the wipeout of my main Spudgy Pang 2 channel happened just after I said October 31st, made a series of videos saying October 31st, 2019, Thor's Day, Thor Ragnarok Day. Yeah, and that's the point. I mean, that's the point when they gave the second and basically final strike to my main channel. You could say that's a coincidence, but I don't know. It's apart from August 11th, which is another potential date for an op this year. October 31st going into November, all the harvest period and the Thanksgiving parade and all that. Samhain, October 31st, from that poem that D. Zerda sent me, that pagan poem that points directly at October 31st. Even though it doesn't mention it, that's where I ended up within minutes. I just saw it was Samhain. I looked up what Samhain is. It's the final part of the harvest. And remember, Las Vegas operation, as per War Games 1983, was supposed to be on a 7/11 date. It was, and I expected it to point at the one that comes after that, which is the 3/11 or 31 something, 31/1. Seattle false flag, West Coast false flag, boom, blackout, Second American Civil War, right? And yeah, it does. It says harvest, doesn't it? Harvest 91. So, Samhain is the end of the harvest. And look, here's Miracle Mile again. Now, this is a neat little clip. The end of Miracle Mile when the nukes go off. Bang. Okay. There's your hell or helipad, but it's on the 31st floor. And that's when they reach the 31st floor. That's when the nukes go off on the West Coast. And Ferris Bueller, was spotted passing out, the Ferris wheel passing out on Ben & Jerry's 31 flavours, 31st again. And that Fifth Wave film, I finished watching it, and at the end of it, there's another Ben & Jerry's reference. Oh, he says, my name's Ben, I was named after Ben & Jerry's. It totally, a complete anomaly line, but always look out for the anomaly lines because it's a 31st reference again. So that's for me the hottest date, and like I say, they wiped out my channel the moment I came to that conclusion, and they are watching me like a hawk, of course, a Seahawk. Got a Czech TV guide here, right? You can't get more Jewish than that name. Esther Geisler. The over is they put onto all female names in Czech Republic. So it'll be Geisler and Geisler over. It's like I often say, Jessica Bielova. Anyway, so Esther Geisler. I mean, talk about Reese Witherspoon lookalike, eh? The front cover. Yeah, now turn the page a couple of times. You got a little thing on this Czech guy that's been in Game of Thrones. Look where he is. Tower Bridge. Let's turn up over a couple more pages. You got your obligatory Redmayne there. And then you've got something else. Hold on. Yeah. Now, my Czech is terrible, but most means bridge. So you got another Tower Bridge reference. Bridge, most, and wave crest as well. No, most, bridge. Turn it back. Which bridge do they mean? Tower Bridge. Let's see if we can... yeah, here it is. Yeah. So I looked it up. There they are, Tower Bridge, Game of Thrones, Tower Bridge, the night Night King and White Walkers. The Tower Bridge. Everything's pointing at Tower Bridge because that's your next operation. The Isle of Dogs, that film as well. I'm watching the whole of Oz again. I have every single series of Oz. Every single one, all 6 series, and I'm going to watch all of them. I've got the American originals. Of course, it's Emerald Green. Oz, the Emerald City, Seattle. It's all about lockdown. Yeah, it's got blackouts. Got riots, effective martial law, and lockdown. Lockdown is, martial law. And Vern Schillinger, or however, Schill, he always wears this, right? So that is 9/11/2001. It's a way of, it's just like Beverly Hills 90210, which is 9/11/2001, the exact date. This was series started in about 1996. So yeah, it was 9/11 predictive programming. 9/11, S is 19, 2021, add the 0, 2001. There you go. 9/11/2001, right there, right in your face, just like Beverly Hills 90210. What else? Yeah. Here's a Panic staged concert on 31st October 2019. The story behind the War of the Worlds broadcasts. Yeah. That was a hoax, wasn't it? Yeah. So you got a staged, drill on 31st about the hoax. Was it Orson Welles' hoax when he went on American radio and said that the aliens are coming and all that, and the Americans believed him, some of them anyway. So yeah, it's about that. Nice little bit of emerald green as well. What else? I'll draw that one there. But yeah, the 31st, October 31st, going into November. I've always said it for the last few years. I've said November. Everything's pointing at November for the Seattle false flag, the West Coast false flag, LA, San Francisco, Seattle. Any one of those 3, doesn't matter which. I don't care. So October 31st, going into November. Samhain, end of the harvest. Harvest, Hell and harvest and 31st floor. And then the nukes go off. Bit of imagery there as well, Of course, it starts off with that kind of tower as well. Yeah. It's always the La Brea tar pits as well, from 1941, the other predictive programming movie. Yeah, anyway.